by side with Dr. Eda Gashukia, one of my foremost teachers, is a fulfilling experience. As I look at what many of these scholars have done to our country and their presence here to help release thousands of graduates to the market, I cannot agree more with a statement by one of Africa's greats, the late President Nelson Mandela, who said, the quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world," end quote. Before I delve into my remarks, which will focus on a few issues about the state of our university education, I wish to congratulate the graduating class, especially the undergraduates, which I consider special in more ways than one. First, the undergraduate class we are seeing off today is part of the 2011 double intake that marked the end of the long 2-year period that Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education graduates used to endure before joining university. I must thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Olive Mugenda, under whose stewardship as the then chairperson of the Vice Chancellor's Committee, this reform measure was implemented. 2, I wish to congratulate the group as it is substantially large. Over 7,000 graduates is probably one of the largest numbers to be graduated out of any university in our country at once. This means that the labor market can now have a fresh crop of young job seekers to pick from. This graduation ceremony today indeed demonstrates Kenyatta University's great contribution to the development of our country, East Africa as a region, and the world as a center of academic and research excellency. In the last 10 years especially, the university has tremendously grown and developed to become the epitome of Kenya's distinguished academic environment. On my own behalf, that of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, and indeed on behalf of the government, I would like to very sincerely thank the entire Kenyatta University community for your distinct excellence and greatness as an academic institution. I thank the Chancellor of the University, the Chairperson and members of Council for strong and steady leadership that has been demonstrated through the stability of this institution. I also wish to express our sincere gratitude to Kenyatta University's great faculty through the Senate and to the successful generation of students that have gone through here for your exemplary performance. Allow me, however, ladies and gentlemen, to spare my very special gratitude for the Vice Chancellor, Professor Olive Mugenda, for a job well done over the last 10 years as she sought to turn the university into a world-class institution. Indeed, although Kenyatta University is only 30 years old, it is comparable to universities that have been in existence for centuries. Professor Mugenda, I salute you and very sincerely thank the Lord for you. Your distinguished and unparalleled solid leadership of this institution in the last 10 years will remain a study in excellence in university leadership in our country and region for all times. I am sure your tenure here in the last 10 years will make an excellent case study in effective and successful institutional transformation and leadership in many institutional management classes. On my own behalf and that of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, I thank you and wish you all the best as you plan the next step in your eminent career development. I now wish to briefly address myself to the situation obtaining in our esteemed universities. And just before I do so, I want to emphasize this. We do not seek to interfere with the management of universities, but I have expressed myself and the government's position to the Chancellor and to the Chairman of Council on behalf of Council, to to manage the transition at Kenyatta University with such fairness, objectivity, and focus on the stability of this institution, so that we can have continuity and so that this institution can continue to do well. We should not, under any circumstances, accept to be interfered with pettiness and considerations that will be inimical to the success of this institution. We are all watching to be sure that you do the right thing in managing the transition of this institution. Proper consultations, effective engagement, constant communication and involvement of the Vice Chancellor should happen to be sure that the transition is managed effectively as we go forward. I now wish to briefly address myself to the situation obtaining in our esteemed universities. As you know, the President just transferred me to the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology less than a month ago. One of my first tasks was to meet the cardinal players in the university education subsector to get to understand it better and develop a way of teaming up with all of you to make our humble contribution in the development of the sector. I also held consultations because I believe that we must run this crucial ministry as partners who should always learn to engage in constant open dialogue and consultations rather than through conflict and talking at each other. These consultations have provided me with a fundamental baseline assessment on the issues affecting various stakeholders. I have met university councils and vice chancellors of private and public universities, the university's academic staff union, WASU leaders, and various government agencies in this area, including the Commission for University Education. The consultations, I must honestly report, have led me to conclude that we have our work cut out for us. The assessment has revealed to me that we indeed have some serious and tough issues to deal with in our university system. Urgent measures are needed to enhance support to our higher learning institutions to forestall any slide further into the veil of tribalism, nepotism, greed, and poor quality of learning and research. One may say that these are tough words to use, but I wish that we view this as a necessary alarm bell that must be rung to save us from a time bomb that could soon explode when there is hardly any time to act. We all agree that improvement and expansion of infrastructure in our universities has been one of the most positive achievements over the last decade. But the big questions still exist. Whereas, for example, Kenyatta University has done phenomenally well, I can't say the same about some of the universities in the country. What facilities for learning and teaching have some of our universities installed in the buildings they are buying across town, including use of ICT tools to deliver content? How do we balance out the growing demand for higher education in our country on the one hand, and sustainability of Kenya's globally recognized higher education sector standards of excellence? How do we ensure that Kenya's higher education sector remains the highway through which we will realize our national development goals of being an income and industrialized country by the year 2020? I will turn to the ICT issue a little later, but I ask you to indulge me to share some very sincere thoughts on our realities. I must caution that we now must exercise great care with our appetite for acquiring massive buildings at every corner, especially for some universities that I will name today, usually at very high costs, because that sometimes interferes with important aspects of the university. We should not expand at the expense of failing to remunerate faculty as well as we should. Our libraries in some universities are stocking outdated books and our students in some universities are still using manual catalogs to locate books and journals in the age of electronic cataloging. I have asked my colleagues at the Ministry of Education to collect data on some of the areas that have been neglected due to what players have termed misplaced priorities in spending in the university system. Over the last decade, the government has made a deliberate move to increase access to higher education by opening up more universities and colleges. Currently, we have 31 public universities and colleges, up from just about 10 a decade ago. Consequently, the number of students enrolled in the universities has been rising spectacularly. If you look at the current economic survey, shows that whereas in 28-29 academic year, there was a total of 100,649 students in our universities, that number has sharply grown to this year's 289,733, which is a 187% increase in enrollment within only 6 years. Of that number, of course, 173,987 are male, while there are 115,746 females. Of course, the encouraging aspect of these figures is that affirmative action strategies used to support participation of more women in the education sector seem to be bearing fruit, with the number of women rising by about 205% over the same period. Given that 51% of all 3 million children enrolled in preschool currently in Kenya are girls, I hope that the country will in future achieve gender parity in university enrollment. This is indeed possible because the government is putting in place many programs to ensure improvement of transition rates throughout our school system. This growth phenomenon, as expected, of course, poses more challenges. In most of the universities, the wanton increase in student numbers has sadly not been matched with recruitment of adequate and competent teaching staff. Many reasons account for this rift. From our universities, the rate of completion of students studies by students pursuing PhDs currently stands at less than 50%. This rather low completion rate has denied universities a steady pipeline of qualified lecturers who can be absorbed into the market to address the need occasioned by increased student enrollment. Equally, my consultations reveal that some far-flung colleges and campuses are failing to attract competent faculty, forcing some of them to turn to unqualified staff. This cannot be allowed to continue if we are to turn the corner in our university education. I have asked the Commission for University Education to continue its ongoing audit of such universities and help us take remedial action against affected ones. Indeed, the Commission will also look at the teaching and learning facilities in satellite campuses with a view to advising the public accurately on the suitability of these institutions as centers of higher learning. Time has come for us to make hard decisions to protect the credibility of our higher education system. I hasten to add that our universities have for a long time graduated competent graduates who have dotted job markets the world over, a trend we must jealously guard. More fundamentally, we cannot afford to ignore concerns on our work from members of the public, especially the employers. Lastly, I have just moved from the Ministry of ICT, where I learned that it can be pretty easy for an institution to be forgotten in the analog regime unless it embraces new technologies. I therefore need to stress that universities must fully embrace ICT in their teaching and research. Any university whose graduates are not competently imbibed with ICT skills, irrespective of their degree choices, must think again. I ask all public and private universities to be innovative and infuse ICT skills in all their programs. Additionally, all ICT departments in universities must also be tasked with the role of capturing accurate data for managing all university activities and programs, including student enrollment status, grading, among others. My vision, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, is to see our ministry mount an integrated data management system that will run and track progress of learners right from primary school to university on the basis of unique personal learner identifiers. Kenyatta University is one of those institutions that have shown the way in embracing ICT and is well positioned to assist the government to effectively realize our envisioned education information management system. I've been invited here before by the Vice Chancellor on 2 occasions, one to launch KU's digital school program, and secondly to participate in the graduation of the IBM Kenyatta University training program. And I'm convinced that KU will be a critical partner in our future programs. As we conclude, I want to thank Professor Olive Mugenda, the faculty of the university, for a wonderful job that you have continued to do. Wish you all, guardians, parents, and all who have contributed to the success of these graduates today, for the great contributions you have made. We wish you well and we thank you and wish each one of us a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2016. Thank you.
The Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, thank you very much for your well-delivered and articulated speech. The Chairman of Council, Professor Katemo Micheka, the Vice Chancellor, Kenyatta University, Professor Olive Mugenda, Ambassador Dr. Francis Mulaura, an alumni of this university, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors and High Commissioners, Council members, Chancellors of sister universities, Vice Chancellors of sister universities, members of the University Senate, staff and students of Kenyatta University, parents and guardians, graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am aware that we've been here for a long time. It's threatening to rain, and we need then to get on with the business of conferring degrees and diplomas before it starts pouring, and also to allow everybody to then move on to the next phase of activities. So my speech as Chancellor will be very brief and to the point. It is with great pleasure that I preside over this 39th graduation ceremony of Kenyatta University, and I wish to join the Vice Chancellor and the Chairman of Council in thanking the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, for accepting to honor us today. We are truly grateful and very happy, Cabinet Secretary, that you have graced this graduation ceremony. I would also want to congratulate the graduating class of 2015. We do appreciate that this ceremony serves as a combination of years of hard work and dedication. More importantly, it is an opportunity for the entire university, family and friends to celebrate your success. We all share in your pride at reaching this milestone. And we are gathered here today to honor your hard work and to celebrate your achievement in earning a degree from Kenyatta University. Cabinet Secretary was our chief guest. The young graduates, like the ones who are graduating today, symbolize the future of our country and the world. As a university, we are extremely happy to be graduating young, innovative, and impressionable leaders who have been equipped with relevant skills. And Kenya, as Cabinet Secretary, you have advised us, needs innovative and informed minds such as the ones represented by those who are graduating today. As witnessed from the different types of degrees and diplomas being conferred today, I am happy to note that Kenyatta University is fulfilling its mission to provide quality education and training through knowledge generation, research, innovation, creativity, and community service. Institutions of higher learning must, of necessity, keep on realigning themselves with the needs of society and adjusting their programs as need be. It is by virtue of your training, your qualifications, and your entrepreneurial skills that you are graduating today, fully equipped to cope with the demands of the economic challenges facing our country today, and to also offer solutions in the world of work. Gone are the days, as we have heard from previous speakers, when a degree automatically secured you a job in either the private sector, public sector, or in non-profitable organizations. Beyond graduation, you need to put to practice your learned knowledge and the skills to create employment, not just for yourself, but also for others in the country. Cabinet Secretary, as we celebrate this 39th graduation ceremony, and as you have done, and we cannot tire from doing this, I would like to repeat what you and the chairman have already articulated. And that is to single out the transformation of this university in the last 10 years under the leadership of our outgoing Vice Chancellor, Professor Olive Muganda. She has built an enviable and outstanding university which stands along with many international universities as a very strong brand, both locally and internationally. When she joined this university, she started the process of creating a strategic plan. And she developed a 10-year strategic plan, which she and her management team has followed to the letter. This strategic plan has been well executed and has resulted in many, many examples of the changes that have been presented and discussed here. And I do not have any intention of mentioning them one by one. I fully appreciate, as Chancellor of the University, her selfless and visionary leadership that has given this institution, our country, and humanity the kind of institution that is the pride and envy of many. And I would like to thank her for discharging her responsibility of leadership with excellence. And I am sure that together with the Council and with the many effective and efficient government structures that she has instituted, we will, no doubt, end up with a new Vice Chancellor who will continue on the good work that she has been able to do in steering this university to the level that she has steered it. And Cabinet Secretary, I personally take your advice very, very seriously, and I would like to assure you that the Council, under the leadership of the Chairman and my own guidance, will do what needs to be done to ensure that the work that has been done here over the last 10 years will continue to be built on, so that this university can continue to grow and deliver on its mandate. Vice Chancellor, under your transformational leadership, you have trained top professionals for the contemporary workplace, and I want to wish you the very best as you embark on your next journey. But I do hope, as you leave, you will help the Council in assisting and bringing on board the kind of leader that this university so sorely needs. To the graduates, not only are you earning a degree today, you have done more than grow intellectually while at Kenyatta University. You have matured emotionally and socially. Your newly acquired education will serve you well throughout your life. Emerging economies like our country are banking on the training of top professionals to achieve economic growth. And as you have heard from the Cabinet Secretary, we are aspiring as a country to achieve middle income status by the year 2030. This education that you have received has got a spiral effect to other spheres of society, such as governance, cultural advancement, and tolerance. And it is with this in mind that you, today's graduates, should be eager as you go out to the world to make an impact in the society and improve the welfare of mankind. I would therefore like to conclude once again by congratulating the graduates on the hard work and your achievements, which have led us to this momentous occasion where we are conferring degrees, diplomas to over 7,700 graduates. And like the previous speakers, I would like to take this opportunity
Management, Mutura James Kuria, Area of Specialization Agribusiness Management, Supervisors Dr. Newton Yairo, Dr. Maina Mwandi, and Professor Wambogo. Doctor of Philosophy, Agricultural Economics, Omoni Simon Peter Wanjara, Area of Specialization, Agricultural Economics, Supervisors Professor Bernard K. Njedia and Dr. Festus M. Muredi. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Economics, will the graduate who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Economics move forward? Doctor of Philosophy, Economics. Patrick Masete Kuya, Area of Specialization, Development Economics. Supervisors, Professor Nelson Owire, Dr. Tom Kimani Mburu, and Professor John Obed. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Hospitality and Tourism, with the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Hospitality and Tourism, move forward in the order in which I'll call out their names. Karaoke Albert Chege, Area of Specialization, Tourism Management. Supervisors, Dr. Boniface Odiara Kihima, Dr. Choviri Masaki Manyara, and Professor Robert O'Hara. Shudi Boni Wangari Kamau, Area of Specialization, Tourism Management. Supervisors, Dr. Mary Mutungi, Dr. Chovid Manyara, Dr. Telno Trump, and Professor Pius Odunga. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it's now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Environmental Studies, with the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Environmental Studies move forward in the order in which I'll call out their names. Joseph M. Mola, Area of Specialization, Climate Change and Sustainability. Supervisors, Dr. James Koski and Dr. Beth Kiprotich. Joseph Kathia Kulauka, Area of Specialization, Environmental Studies and Community Development. Supervisors, Dr. Najma Delani, Professor Ftekawaswa, and Dr. Samuel Oto. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
Our School of Applied Human Sciences, with the graduates will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Applied Human Sciences move forward in the order in which I call out their names. Ismail Nathaniel Pangani, Area of Specialization, Exercise Physiology and Sports Science. Supervisors, Professor Vincent Oluera, Dr. Jane Kamau, and Dr. Festus Kiplamai. Judith Munga, Area of Specialization, Food, Nutrition and Dietetics. Supervisors, Professor
Judith Kibiye, Dr. Sophie Ochola, Professor Hatton Gambaka, and Dr. George Moturi. Esther Luke Muya, Head of Specialization, Food, Nutrition, and Dietetics. Supervisors, Dr. Elizabeth Kuria, Professor Vincent Onwera, Dr. Hati Wright. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University. School of Pure and Applied Sciences, with the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Pure and Applied Sciences, move forward in the order in which I will call out their names. Doctor of Philosophy Biotechnology, Daniel Sachi Ajirifo, Area Specialization Biotechnology. Supervisors, Professor Joseph J. Gerano, Dr. Marco Amarwa, Dr. Steve Runo. Boro Kenneth Jogona, Area of Specialization Biotechnology. Supervisors, Dr. Richard Oduor, Dr. Alan Mobutu Direct, Dr. Lina Tripathi. Giro Joshua Mogendi, Area of Specialization Biotechnology. Supervisors, Dr. Alan Mobutu Direct, Dr. Richard Oduor, Dr. Lena Tripathi. Odeni Patroba Ojora, Area of Specialization Biotechnology. Supervisors, Dr. George Orinda, Dr. Paul N. Giro. Doctor of Philosophy in Atomic Collision, Kariuki Peter Penodia, Area of Specialization Atomic Collisions. Supervisor, Dr. C.A.C., Professor John Okomo. Doctor of Philosophy Applied Mathematics, Magua Amos Nana, Area of Specialization Applied Mathematics. Supervisors, Dr. David Malonza, Dr. Mark Kimari, Dr. Isaac Chemkoni. Doctor of Philosophy Pure Mathematics, Kambogo Moses Ruto, Area of Specialization Pure Mathematics. Supervisors, Dr. Ireli Kamute, Dr. David Malonza. Magero Videlis Bunyasi, Area of Specialization Pure Mathematics. Supervisors, Dr. Ireli Kamute, Dr. Jane Rimberia. Doctor of Philosophy in Neurology, Rabana Ouma Okoth, Area of Specialization in Neurology. Supervisors, Dr. George Olinda, Professor Michael Ebotiero, Professor Douglas Parking, Dr. John Ongeta. Mr. Sandra, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
The School of Public Health, will the graduates will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Public Health move forward in the order in which I will call out their names. Wanyoro Anthony Karaja, Area of Specialization, Epidemiology. Supervisors, Professor Edvantas Kabiru and Professor Elizabeth Bukusi. Mogo Judy Wairimu, Area of Specialization, Health Promotion. Supervisors, Dr. George Otieno, Professor Judy Waudo, and Professor Vincent Onwera. Budabura Valentine. design, area of specialization, epidemiology and disease control. Supervisors, Professor Michael Otieno and Dr. Tom Were. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it's now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Medicine, with all the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Medicine move forward in the order in which I shall call out their names. Doctor of Philosophy, Medical Microbiology, Kenyatta Stanley Kamati, area of specialization, Medical Microbiology. Supervisors, Professor Ephatus Kabiru, Professor Samuel Karioki, Dr. Rete Mohoho. Doctor of Philosophy, Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Evelyn Nafuna Wanzala Mahiri, area of specialization, Pharmaceutical Chemistry. Supervisors, Professor Ahmed Anasali, Professor Nicholas Gikonyo, Dr. Mercy Gidua, Dr. Grace Muria. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidate for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of the Kenyatta University.
School of Humanities and Social Sciences. Will the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences move forward in the order in which I'll call out their names. Omona Andrew David, area of specialization, Political Studies. Supervisors, Professor Henry Nwanzi, Dr. Edward Kisiangani. Barasa Morris Wekesa, area of specialization, History. Supervisors, Professor Henry Nwanzi and Dr. Susan Mwani. Stephen Njia Kamau, area of specialization, Isu Jami. Supervisors, Professor Irene Babu and Dr. Peter Karanja. Titus Musyoka Kawi, area of specialization, Fasihi ya Kiswahili. Supervisors, Professor Geoffrey Kingei and Dr. Richard Wafula. Juvenalis Mukoya Mwairamba, area of specialization, Literature. Supervisors, Dr. Mbugwa Wamungai and Dr. John Mungubi. Mary Mora Mogute, area of specialization, Sociology. Supervisors, Dr. Lucy Maina, Professor Elishiba Kimani and Dr. Daniel Muia. Award Queen Elizabeth, area of specialization, Applied Linguistics. Supervisors, Dr. Eunice Namasio and Dr. James Njiri. And finally, Kamunyu Ruth Njeri, area of specialization, Gender and Development Studies. Supervisors, Professor Catherine Nduno and Dr. Geoffrey Wano. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Business. Will the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Business move forward in the order in which I call out their names. Kiadi Francis Kanye, Head of Specialization, Political Science. Supervisors, Dr. David Nzuki, Dr. Gichui Waitito. Godfrey Muigai Kenya, Head of Specialization, Business Administration. Supervisors, Dr. Moade and Dr. James Kilika. Paul Kipiegon Sang, area specialization, project management. Supervisors, Professor Nelson Wawire, Dr. Charles Ombuki, Dr. Mwade. Evans Masiachi Thomas, area of specialization, entrepreneurship development. Supervisors, Dr. Godet Ofafa, Professor Thomas Perua. Kiyo David Murada, area of specialization, human resource management. Supervisors, Dr. S.M.A. Mwade, Dr. James Kilika. Njoroge Njane Gakenya, area of specialization, strategic management. Supervisors, Dr. Mwade and Dr. Anambula. Joya Kipkurui Tameni, area of specialization, business administration. Supervisors, Dr. James Kilika, Dr. George Mugambi Ntochebele. Alfred Rungi Mungai, area of specialization, strategic management. Supervisors, Dr. Mwade and Dr. James Kilika. Paul Ibaka Mahinge, area of specialization, strategic management. Supervisors, Dr. Hannah Mula and Dr. Linda Kamencho. Wanjao Ngure Jackson, area of specialization, business administration. Supervisors, Dr. Mary Namsonge and Dr. John Yabs. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
School of Education. Will all the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Education move forward in the order in which I will call out their names? School of Education. Will all the graduates who will be receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Education move forward in the order in which I will call out their names? Doctor of Philosophy, Language Education. Ndiyimirije Marie Imakuli, Area of Specialization, Language Education. Supervisors, Dr. Adelaide M. Guire and Dr. Sophia M. Debu. Doctor of Philosophy, Educational Psychology. Mukolwe Asakulu Newton. Area of Specialization, Educational Psychology. Supervisors, Professor Edward Oyugi and Dr. Sami Tumuti. Ireri Anthony Muridi. Area of Specialization, Educational Psychology. Supervisors, Dr. Crispus Wawire and Dr. Doane Mugambi. Mwangi Cecilia Nyambura. Area of Specialization, Educational Psychology. Supervisors, Professor Frederick M. Okacha and Dr. Teresia K. Kinai. Mwaneki Elizabeth Wanjiko. Area of specialization, educational psychology. Supervisors, Dr. Jacinta A. Kwena and Dr. Teresia K. Kinai. Oromo Alice Achieng. Area of specialization, educational psychology. Supervisors, Dr. Jacinta A. Kwena and Dr. Philomena Ndambuki. Wangai Naomi Wamboi. Area of specialization, educational psychology. Supervisors, Dr. Sami Tumuti and Dr. Tabitha Wangeri. Doctor of Philosophy, Special Needs Education. Habinshuti Gonzeg. Area of specialization, Special Needs Education. Supervisors, Dr. Francisca I. Wamocho and Dr. Michael N. Njoroge. Nasiforo Beth Mukarwege. Area of specialization, Special Needs Education. Supervisors, Dr. Mary Luno and Dr. Nelly W. Otube and Dr. Evariste Karangwa. Doctor of Philosophy, Science Education. Ituma Monica Gaki. Area of specialization, Science Education. Supervisors, Professor Nicholas W. Tuoli and Dr. David W. Katete. Waitito Michael Mushoki. Area of specialization, Science Education. Supervisors, Professor Nicholas W. Tuoli and Professor John N. Maundi. Doctor of Philosophy, Information Science, Muya Edward Waiguru, posthumously. Area of specialization, Information Science. Supervisors, Dr. Daniel W. Mude and Dr. Charles K. Maina. Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present the candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy of Kenyatta University.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is now my honor to present to you candidates for the conferment for the various doctorate degrees of Kenyatta University. I request members of staff and academic press in the main dais to rise.
I admit the persons presented to me the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give power to read and to do all that appertains to this degree.
I would like to invite the Chancellor and our CS and the Chairman of Council to kindly step forward and we can take a picture with the PhD graduates. Thank you, sir.
sir, I now call upon the deans of schools to present candidates for the conferment of master's degrees of Kenyatta University in the order indicated in the graduation program. All the graduates who will be receiving the various master's degrees will rise in the order in which the deans will present them and will remain standing without their caps on until requested to sit by their respective deans, awaiting the award of the degrees.
School of Agriculture and Enterprise Development, Master of Science, Ogembo, Master of Science, Integrated Soil Fertility Management, Bahati and Kipirige, Master of Science, Agribusiness Management and Trade, Shomba and Michelle, Master of Science, Land and Water Management, Tugizimana, Master of Science, Plant Breeding, Munyao. Please take your seats.
School of Economics, Master of Economics, Econometrics, Munyandwali, Master of Economics, Musioka, Master of Economics, Finance, Dayan, Karema, Meya, and Wamwere. Master of Economics, International Trade and Finance, Ninjoku. Master of Economics, Cooperation and Human Development, Kamau, Kumwenda, Muko, and Thika. Master of Economics, Policy and Management, Kashara, Kikonyo, Kamande, Magu, Mukura, Nganga, and Rachel. Please take your seats.
School of Hospitality and Tourism, Master of Science, Hospitality and Tourism Management, Abida Mbugi Olanga. Please take your seats.
School of Visual and Performing Arts, Master of Arts, Theatre Arts and Film Technology, Moreidi. Master of Arts, Fine Art, Amelea. Master of Music Education, Burango. Please take your seats.
School of Engineering and Technology, Master of Science, Renewable Energy, Mulindi Njoroge. Master of Science, Computer Applications, Gitao. Please take your seats.
School of Environmental Studies, Master of Environmental Studies, Community Development, Akinyi, Bia, Kagendo, Kihungi, Mohammed, Mutura, Mutune, Devito. Master of Environmental Science, Harenge, Mukiri, Mudaula, Obocha, Ochie. Master of Science, Environmental Education, Kini. Master of Environmental Studies, Climate Change and Sustainability, Chepkone, Gogi, Ochie. Master of Environmental Planning and Management, Teselek, Chonga, Kimei, Kipsogei, Mundi, Mulevi, Okubo, Ongeri, Owiti, Star. Please take your seat. School of Applied Human Sciences, Master of Science, Food, Nutrition and Dietetics, Mokono and Nyabuti. Master of Science, Physical and Health Education, Moreidi. Please take your seats. School of Pure and Applied Sciences, Master of Science, Environmental Physics, Elijah. Master of Science, Biotechnology, Gitai, Macharia, Marigi, Mwangi Boniface, Mwangi John, Jadi, Otieno, Tarish, Torome, Wekesa. Master of Science, Applied Analytical Chemistry, Kiriro. Master of Science, Electronics and Instrumentation, Jero. Nyagaeshi Opio. Master of Science Integrated Watershed Management, Kakaire Mwendwa. Master of Science Microbiology, Gitare Kogo 20. Master of Science Statistics, Muchina. Master of Science Immunology, Chepukon, Karanja, Jogona. Master of Science Plant Pathology, Kibunja. Master of Science Medical Biochemistry, Abdurrahman Juma Murodi Nebere. Master of Science Agricultural Entomology, Ameka Juma. Master of Science Chemistry, Karioki Kiko Mainge Michoke Munyao Gue Nyakumu Obumba Wasike Wawero. Master of Science Genetics, Karioki Manene. Master of Science Plant Ecology, Kimero Mwekamba. Master of Science Andrology and Water Resource, Maruti Mokaya Ontumbi. Master of Science Applied Parasitology, Sigei. Master of Science Analytical Chemistry, Choi Gichero Ngugi. Master of Science Pure Mathematics, Amos Givuka Masira Mweresa Ngigi Nyaga Nyamusi Tonui. Master of Science Applied Mathematics, Adwanika Kenera Kanat Mary Miteri Munjame Mudamia Mutiri Nzono Wamugo Wanyaga. Master of Science Applied Medical Parasitology, Monene. Master of Science Animal Ecology, Choroge. Master of Science for Statistics, Orende. Master of Science Theoretical Physics, Gichomi. Please take your seats.
School of Public Health, Master of Public Health, Epidemiology and Disease Control, Maluki, Muya, Munyoki, Ndabuki, Oyo, Toret, Waringi. Master of Science Health Management, Ritha. Master of Public Health Monitoring and Evaluation, Akolo, Fahel, Bogwa, Mwangi. Master of Science Reproductive Health, Chugu, Kumora, Ogweno. Master of Public Health, Community Health and Nutrition, Juma. Please take your seats.
School of Medicine, Master of Science Infectious Diseases, Kanyina, Wirigi, and Wabani. Please take your seats.
School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Master of Arts History, Karigi Kosigin Mbijiwe Waruri. Master of Arts in Peace and Conflict Management, Barasa Burure Gitahi Ingoi Kasingili Mohamed Muridi Mutisia Mutua Okana Shitemi. Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology, Chege Kangebe Maroma Masese Mutie Nyaga. Executive Master of Public Policy and Administration, Gitonga Rotich. Master of Public Policy and Administration, Dola Dashiku Ivayo Odinga Olum Soi. Master of Arts in Gender and Development Studies, Anyango Kilingi Kyoko Marelu Nyachwaya Voywa. Master of Arts in Security Management and Police Studies, Musili. Master of Arts, English and Linguistics, Chuchu, Kimwele, Itumai, Maisiba, Makori, Mirigi, Mucha, Mukuni, Muritana, Musioka, Mwaniki, Mwiti, Nambafu, and Jambi. Master of Arts, Kiswahili, Ali, Baraza, Gatwiri, Juma, Mayeke, Mogeni, Murithi, Musili, Nyamai, Nyongesa, and Wafula. Master of Arts in International Relations and Diplomacy, Chebore Maluri. Master of Arts, Religious Studies, Bet, Katuki, Nyoro, Okonjo, and Wainaina. Master of Arts, Literature, Otundo, Rirahira. Master of Arts, Geography, Muendo. Master of Arts, Christian Studies, Mogo. Please take your seats.
School of Business, Master of Science Finance, Chiditil Muse Trigong, Master of Business Administration, Human Resource Management, Bikambo, Icholi, Ikunju, Itubako, Kaniu, Kariuki, Kaduni, Kio, Kiiro, Kilonso, Kibarata, Kinubia, Kisa, Kiveka, Lemajan, Luta, Macharia, Maina, Mani, Bogo, Metobo, Mukunya, Mulului, Musuba, Musoka, Mudiora, Mutuku, Ngari, Jeri, Jeru, Jogu, Juguna, Zinga, Okoth, Oluot, Ogati, Otieno, Duo, Wansese, Waweru, Were, Okabi. Master of Business Administration, Strategic Management. Achie, Adan, Aden, Alpi, Ajwala, Akoko, Ali, Amadiata, Atoko, Mbalala Abdullah, Mbalala Talal, Bedan, Biegon, Bilu, Brilliant Abraham, Brilliant Christopher, Bundi, Chege, Chekosgei, Cheruyot, Chirichiri, Gachoki, Achugia, Gatero, Gadon Ann, Gadon Stella, Ichero, Itao, Itoya, Gure, Inle, Iredi, Irungu, Itegi, Kabena, Kague, Kaburu, Kahuko, Kahungu, Kamande, Kamon, Catherine, Kamon Cyrus, Kamon Budget, Karatu, Kibandi, Kibet, Kibuchi, Kihungi, Kilonsi, Kilonso, Kimani Moses Marika, Kimani Moses Mbugwa, Kimagi, Kimecho, Jo, Kinogu, Kiogora, Kitalam, Kiviu, Kivindo, Koeti Joffrey, Koeti Hesron, Kogi, Koril, Kugat, Lagat Kikwet, Lagat Isaac, Lagat Lilian, Lekapina, Letich, Letoro, Legisho, Leshanta, Letipila, Lilia, Maheso, Magomere, Maina Anthony, Maina Patrick, Magere, Marete, Mate, Magagano, Mbaka, Mbiwa, Nduru, Butei, Mbum, Mbuvi, Kimeu, Mesis, Tolimbine, Mogaka, Muhammad, Mumani, Pembe, Muga, Mugo, Mulama, Mule, Munube, Munyeri, Muraga, Murebi Patri, Murebi Evelyn, Murungi, Musa, Musalia, Musangi, Mutai, Mugamia, Muhi, Mudue, Magoma, Mangala, Mwangi Alexandra, Mwangi Anthony, Mwangi Ann, Mwaniki Ann, Mwaniki Teresa, Mwanjio, Mwenda, Mwiu, Najianoi, Ndugu, Ndunga, Ndugu Benjamin, Ndugu Joyce, Mwana Jane, Mwana Michael, Weno, Njagi, Njenga, Njiro, Njoroge David, Njoroge Teresa, Nyara Faith, Nyara Jane, Nyara Lina, Nyambura, Nyamosi, Nsui, Oduo, Ogutu, Orlando, Olekakimon, Ombati, Omono, Omonya, Omuse, Omwega, Onyangu, Orero, Kere, Ronald Betty, Ronald Nixon, Rotich, Sabri, Segwer, Shiundu, Siele, Simoto, Steve, Sunkuli, Tuguito, Tuku, Wachanda, Wafula, Waichoya, Wainaina Lydia, Wainaina Mary, Wamau, Wangui, Wanjiro, Wanjoi, Waruiro, Wasieba, Wagela, Wekesa, Yato. Mass Office of Administration, Finance. Amodo, Atito, Bet, Chacha, Chamwama, Chebet, Chelagat, Chelule, Chekoet, Chekwoni, Cherono, Dipali, Ichuki, Ikono, Itao, Gunya, Guru, Ibrahim, Kabunge, Kahare, Kakuli, Karanja, Kariuki, Kedujwa, Kiama, Kiaraho, Kibocha, Kio, Kimani Esther, Kimani Sara, Kinyanjui, Kinywa, Korir, Macharia, Maina, Maswidi, Miredi, Mogere, Muhammad, Muchiri, Mukea, Munene Ambrose, Munene Jane, Musimi, Mutambarungu, Mutemi, Mwangi Alan, Mwangi George, Mwamiki, Ndewa, Ndichu, Inga, Ngware, Njao, Njeri, Njeru, Njobu, Njoki, Njoroge Gladys, Njoroge Lenet, Juguna, Tomongu, Turidi, Nyadikini, Nyayundi, Nyawande, Nyogesa, Zivo, Ochanda, Ochengo, Ogal, Okore, Okota, Omamani, Ondego, Ongoro, Ogwae, Ononga, Roble, Rocky, Rotich, Saina, San, Soi, Vuku, Waigwa, Wambura, Wanjiru, Wadida, Wekesa, Yego. Mass of Business Administration, Entrepreneurship. Gakure, Kaadi, Kaviga,